So today we're back with another banger, but unfortunately I forgot to get my mic. God bless my soul. And we're once again in the middle of nowhere, and there's a mad view. I don't know if you all can see. So I didn't bother like getting my tripod as well because I don't have my mic. So what's the point? So we'll continue the video later, but I just had to show you all this place because it's pretty crazy. Whoa, fuck. It's actually crazier up there, but I climbed all the way down, so I don't want to go back up. But y'all can see this till then. And I'll tell you what we're going to talk about in a bit. So, I finally got my mic and we can talk about what we're going to talk about. I'm sure all of you have heard of the saying, he's probably not the sharpest tool in the shed. But have you realized that the sharpest tool in the shed is not always the most important one? Now, hear me out. I know Vincent Van Gogh and Isaac Newton, and all of them were considered geniuses, right? Like they were amazing at their craft and whatever they did, they were too good at it and like one of the best, obviously. But it would be very dismissive and ignorant to just say they were geniuses. They were good at what they did. Now, if you ask Isaac Newton to paint a 3 point perspective, like building or a house or whatever, he'd suck at it. And if you asked Vincent Van Gogh to theoretize gravity, he probably couldn't do it, right? So, what I'm trying to say is, everyone is good at something or the other. And even if they're not good at something, they probably haven't found what their true purposes or the true drive is, or what they actually are destined to do, or something they're actually good at. And I'll give you an example, right? So, in school, obviously, at least in India, grades are a very important factor in judging or assessing your genius, right? When you're growing up, at least. So the higher the grades are, the more intelligent you're considered. And to a point, that's true. Like you have to be smart to get good grades, right? Most of these people, me especially, I never got good grades in class, right? So I could not by heart. I hated studying. It was all boring, and I never really spent much time in it. So this is about when we were in seventh or eighth grade. We had an English formative assessment, which was out of 30 marks, and we were done with the test, and we got our papers back, right? So one of my classmates was bawling his eyes out after he got the papers, right? And he was one of the class toppers actually. So I was like, fuck, why is this guy crying, right? And he was just crying and crying, like my mom's gonna kill me, my mom's gonna kill me. But I was celebrating, like I was really happy with how much I got. So I was like chilling with my friends, I was showing them how much I got, we were seeing our answers and everything. And then I asked him, how much did you get? Like why are you so upset? He got 24 out of 30, right? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, you're crying because you got 24. Meanwhile, I got 21 out of 30. And you see the difference in the perspective, right? Like, he was crying and crying because he got 24 out of 30. And he considered himself a failure already because his mom was going to kill him. And I was celebrating my ass off because I got 21 out of 30. And I was like, shit, that's amazing. So I realized, like, it's really not about the marks at the end of the day, right? It's like how much you actually understand the concept and all of that. So what I mean to say is, I also spend a lot of my years judging people, right? Like, oh, this guy's stupid, this guy's smart, she's stupid, or she's smart, or whatever. But I realize, like, no one's really stupid or smart, right? They're either good at something they do or they're not good at something they do. And if they're not good at something that they're doing, they probably haven't found the thing that they're actually good at. So it'd be stupid to obviously another saying, right? You can't judge the ability or the intelligence of a fish by its ability to climb a tree, and you can't judge like the skill of a monkey by its ability to swim or something like that, right? So what I mean to say is, just because you're not good at something everyone else around you is doing, doesn't mean you're actually stupid or a bad person or you're going to amount to nothing in life. Maybe you just haven't found what your true drive is or your true purpose is or what you're actually good at. So explore, go out there, do different things, do 100 things wrong and bad, and only then you'll find out one thing that you're actually good at or something you enjoy doing from which you can actually excel. So it's really fun. I mean, this whole thing about life, right? I'm going to talk about it in my next video because I found myself stressing about it recently. But all I'm saying is, just because you're not the sharpest tool in the shed doesn't mean you're a useless tool. You gotta find what you're good at.